I've been thinking about this a lot because there are two things I want to talk about, and they're both, to me, really exciting. But it's about, honestly, why I think Denton Halloween is great, and also what it proves about what our city can do right. So this is a really cool story to me, and I don't know if the camera can pin, but right there you see a building. That's the Pascal building. You see where the mural is? That mural, and on the side of the building was from an artist. I believe the person that did it was Dan Black. I've known Dan Black for a long time. He's a local muralist, super talented, super awesome. He did that, and there was a bitch fit at the city. How could you ruin a historic building? And the commission got involved. Everyone was all up in arms. How could you ruin that? And then you fast forward a few years later, they hired Dan Black to do their maze, and he was one of the main people responsible, local artist, for decorating. And what an interesting turn of events of, I think, what we can do right, rather than being antagonistic towards community members or local artists and makers, really bring them in and show to the rest of the country, the rest of the state, what is right about Denton. I think what it also shows about what our city is doing right is this is such an intricate, weird, odd, very Denton thing. You look at the, what's his name, Onion behind us, and again, this was just such a funny thing about Denton, where they asked us, what do you want to name him? And then they ignored what everyone wanted to name him, which was Onion. And then you had one of my personal favorite jokes, because what wound up happening was the city said, okay, we hear you, we're gonna name him Onion. Someone said this is the first time that the city of Denton has listened to the vote of the people. And that was in response to weed and Proposition B. I thought that was funny. But naming him Onion was peak classic Denton of what we're doing right, because when you look at the magnitude of what we are doing, if we can do something so nuanced, incredible, artistic like this, imagine what else we could do right. We could actually have effective city planning, quick road turnaround with construction. I mean, we could be creative with so many different things. This is proof that when we put our minds together and work together, we can get great things done as a city. But the other thing is what it really does mean for our city long-term, and the creativity that it can bring long-term. I've seen a lot of people on, especially Facebook, make complaints about, oh, this is so expensive, we're wasting all of our money, how could we be doing something like this? Why don't you care about this issue, that issue, this issue, that issue? I get that, and I relate to that, because that's my natural gut reaction too when I look at the money spent. But if you go back about a year ago, 9 months ago, and you watch a work session at the council where city staff presented the aftermath of Halloween Town and what it did for our city. You had so many people come into town to visit it. You saw a bunch of local businesses like Eastside and Oak Street report in numbers how much more money they made compared to the last October and the October before that. You see about sales tax revenue jumping in the city that month compared to other months. We have an option in this city. Things are getting more expensive. More people are moving here. We have more expenses as a city, so prices are going up. So we have got two choices on how to pay for them. Tax the hell out of people, which has been the inclination. The other way is increase sales tax revenue. If more people buy more things, that's more money going to the city. If we can get people to spend their money here and not somewhere else, that is less money that we are taxing people. I think this year is really going to be the test for Denton Halloween of, was last year a one-off, or is this something sustainable? Because the bigger and better we make this, the more money the city can receive to not only pay for this, but then to pay for the things that we do care about. We care about the unhoused in our community. We care about proper shelter. We care about what we were talking about before this, food deserts. We care about road construction. Do we want to fix those problems, and do we want to do it by taxing the shit out of people? Or do we want to do that the Denton way, of being creative with how we are receiving money? When I ran for council, one of the things that wasn't just a quip, it was something I was passionate about was let's make Denton Denton. City staff are doing that. And I think we need to applaud them for what they're doing right. It is so easy right now to be negative. 65% of the residents are living paycheck to paycheck. Like I've said before, it's not a number, it's real people. we have a decision to make about our future. I feel really, really excited about that potential. And I know it's easy to be the naysayer in a situation like this because that's fun to do. Um, but Denton Halloween really is an example of how we can move forward and do better things as a city.